What is the most expensive stocks in the world? Naturally, you would think about world's most expensive companies like Amazon or Apple. Believe it or not, the company is twice smaller than the Apple, and yet is the stock's price is multiple times higher. It's probably more expensive than your mortgage. In fact, you would have to save every penny you earn for 6 straight years to be able to buy the stocks. In other words, if you want to invest in Warren Buffett, you should have at least $322,000 to buy a single stocks. That's not surprising if we consider that the stock's price has increased by almost 8,000 since the company has founded. Graphs, if you would have invested just $1,000 back in the Berkshire Hathaway, you would have around $10 million by 2014. Of course, we can go back in time and invest in this company, but what we can do is to learn how to invest like him. And in this video, we're going to break down these two most important rules of investing. The first one, never lose money. I know that sounds quite absurd, but as if Buffett is making fun of us, but if you give it a closer look, there are logical reasons why most people lose money in the stock market. And your job is to simply avoid this trap by understanding the rules of the game that many investors neglect. If you take a look at the companies that are traded in the market, they have price tag, but because no one can afford them, even you, Jeff, they are broken down into the many stocks. But the key question here is, does this company really worth $925 billion? The answer is no. You see, there is a big difference between the price and the value. The stock price jump and up down every single day. Even slightly negative news that could be even faked can drive the price down. However, no, not the value, because the value is what the company really worth. For instance, Apple released iPhone XR at the end of the 2018, and sales weren't as high as people expected. As a result of that, Apple's got a lot of the negative press, which drove the stock's price down from the $230 to $160 within 3 months. That's a really big jump, but did the company become 30 or the 40% less valuable in such a short period of time? Of course no. Even though iPhone sales were down, the company recorded higher profits compared to the previous year. That's exactly why the stock's price jumped back into over $200. When the entire world was talking about the Warren Buffett lost billions of dollars because he invested in the Apple, he didn't give a damn. He even wanted the stocks to decrease further so that he can buy more of it, because he understands the difference between the value and the price. In fact, he once said, risk comes from the not knowing what you are doing. In other words, Warren Buffett talking the risk because he knows that you might lose money when you take the risks, which violates his first rule of investing: never lose money. So he only invests in businesses that are clearly undervalued. Of course, you can't completely eliminate the risks, but you can decrease this to its bare minimum. In 2002, Buffett came across a company called Petro China. After looking at its financial statements, it was clear that this company was around $100 billion, but he looked at its stock price. The company was valued only by the $30 billion. He knew that it's a golden opportunity, and based on the political climate, Buffett anticipated that oil prices will either rise or at least stay stable. So he invested almost half of the $1 billion in this company. Guess what happened with the rise of the oil prices? The company didn't only reach $100 billion valuations, as Buffett thought. It skyrocketed to $275 billion. Buffett sold his share at and made $3.6 billion. Not bad, right? All right, we are clear about the first rule, but what about the second one? Never forget the rule one. I know that sounds absurd, but if you take a look at any company Buffett has invested, you will notice that he followed the exact same philosophy. And since it makes him one of the richest investors, I think it works. So good luck.